Joe Laude is a former infantry Marine sergeant with the 2nd Battalion, 1st Marines. His 5-year service included a role in the Kabul evacuation. Joe earned a Bachelor's of Science degree from George Mason University in 2017 and is the founder of the Operation Allies Refuge Foundation, where he supports veterans and their families. Joe has been a steadfast advocate for addressing moral injury in veterans. In fact, Joe and Operation Allies Refuge have partnered with Moral Compass to hold a remembrance dinner on August 29th at the National Press Club to honor the 13 service members who lost their lives at the Abbey Gate bombing. Tickets are still available through the donate link on their website, operationalliesrefugefoundation.org. Please consider coming. Please tell your friends. It's going to be an amazing event to honor our heroes. Please welcome Joe Laude to share with us the ground truth from the last days of the evacuation.
You guys see me? All right. Perfect. I was up at the wall at Abbey Gate during the evacuation. I saw women and children trampled to death. I saw a young teenager bleed out after he cut himself with razor wire. Then I saw these men. These men were hiding behind women and children. They were using families as shields. I was so mad at this time because these men were running away from their country. They were fleeing a nation that we had fought for, bled for, and died for the last 20 years. And so I gladly took the job as the person to take them to these exits. You see, if you didn't have the right paperwork or documents, you had to go back to these exits. At these exits, the Taliban were publicly executing people. Knowing this, I did it anyways. You know, I dragged some of these people and they begged that I kill them instead. You guys might be thinking, Joe, you're the bad guy in this story. Yeah, I probably was at that time. But what would you have done if you were in my boots? Abbey Gate is a story of moral decision-making. Even the sights and the smells of this place tells a story. Abbey Gate was a canal that separated us from the crowd. This is how you had to come over to get processed. Before you even got to Abbey Gate, you could smell the place. You could smell the feces. You could smell the corpses and the blood. The sounds of desperation were so deafening that you could feel it vibrating you. But even though it was so loud, I remember being on the wall and hearing something very familiar. I heard an American accent. No way did I just hear that. I had been up for 30-something plus hours. An American in this canal waiting for the very last minute to escape? There's no way. No way. Sir, I am an American. I have my family. Please help me. I look over and I see this man, and he's drenched in this sewage. He's holding out his American passport. And, you could see the fear in his eyes. Sir, grab your family. You're coming with me. He comes back with 20-plus people. And I'm hauling over this village, and some of them were very small children. And I had a moment with a child. And I'm holding this child, and I felt something. I felt guilty. I felt ashamed. I felt ashamed of my country. And for once during that entire time, I felt like a human. I felt like I could do something right, that I could right my wrongs. And so I took this family to the State Department line, but I was stopped by an officer. This officer told me, immediate family members only. So this 20-something plus family is now only down to 4. Okay, this is one of these things where I couldn't allow it to happen. This was my chance at redemption during this. I couldn't accept it, and so I ran back to the exit, knowing what was going to happen to these people if they knew that they were affiliated with this American family. I had a moral decision to make. But they were gone, and I had failed. But before I gave up, I saw a familiar face, and I chased him down, and I grabbed him. I said, "Grab your family." And I took him with me. I denied this officer's orders, and I'm confident that this family made it out. I had to at least give them a second chance. I have to face the consequences of the things I have done. But we are all human, and we can make things right. After tonight, we will all have a decision to make, a dilemma, a burden to bear. Just remember that just because the operation is officially over, it doesn't mean that our mission is. This doesn't end until all of us come home, wherever that home is. Thank you.